Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is part 2 of why you should buy instead of renting. In the previous video we've seen Grant Cardone, trying to convince his audience that it's better to rent a house. It's better to pay the landlord than purchasing your own house. By now I hope everybody understands that it's a joke and it's clickbait, and that's not really what you should be doing. He is making an argument that, hey, the primary house that you live in should never be something that you own, which is completely ridiculous. We're going to take a look at this example. This is a live example. There's a lot of data here, and I love Excel. I love spreadsheets, and we're going to go step by step. This is one of our properties that I own. With this purchase, this was June 2015. I was able to scrape up 20% down. I'll have a video at some point why I wouldn't do 20% down again, and we can do a similar situation. And I have properties that I've bought way less than 20%, even 3%, 5%. So I'll give you a side-by-side what's better, and you can decide. Again, most of my videos are going to be based on actual data. So in June of 2015, we purchased a home for $252,000. 20% down payment was $50,400. Loan amount was $209,600. Closing costs were around $7,200. Repairs was around $20,000. What I mean by that, we did a lot of upgrades. It was more money that we had to spend. Did we need to do this? Absolutely not. The home was move-in ready, but I got the kitchen. We did upgrades. We added value. So for this 20 that I put in, I could easily probably triple if I ever sold a house, double, maybe triple the actual value, because I did most of the repairs myself. But regardless of what I did, $77,000 is what I was out of pocket. Well, almost $78,000 I was out of pocket. That was my total investment into this home. The rate at that time I locked was a 4.25. Here's a breakdown of what the payment is. Benefit of doing 20% down is you don't have to pay mortgage insurance. The total payment was around $1,300. I kept this mortgage for 52 months before I did a refi, and we'll jump in that in just a second. For those 52 months, $67,000 of that went away. That's another investment. But keep in mind that these numbers, they're out-of-pocket investments, right? So for every dollar that I bring in, I have to put somewhere away. I don't have the percentages here, but guess what? A good portion of this, went to the bank, back to the equity. Of this $77,600 that I spent, this $50,000 went directly into the equity. Think of your house's equity like the bank. I get it that if the house crashes, you can lose some money in form of equity. But in this case, I just stashed it away. And as you guys know, real estate was doing incredibly well in the past few years. So reviewing this, some of this is actual cost, some of this is back to equity. We can do the math in some of the future videos, kind of really break down to give it even more detail of what actual cost is and what actually went to equity and being part of your net worth. So taking a look at this example right here now, end of 2019, I decided to do a cash. Rates were doing great. They were dropping. I had a lot of equity, value increased. I decided to do a cash out refinance. So the original loan amount was about 201 something. By this time it was around 190,000. I decided to do a refi and yank out $295,000. Now, there are closing costs associated with this, which are around $3,500 to $4,000. I can't remember right now. But to me, again, I always focus on what my out-of-pocket cost is. And guess what? My out-of-pocket cost didn't exist because I rolled it into the loan. So this new loan amount was $295,000. But again, the value, the dollar amount, I was actually able to put $105,000 into my pocket. That's a big chunk of change. The new rate was 3.625, which is significantly lower. You can see the breakdown of the actual mortgage payment, and it went up that much. That's not a big jump, but it did go up. You can do the math. At that time, we did an appraisal. The value was around $368,000, almost $367,000. And as you can see that we now had $73,000 in equity, additional equity. So by this time, we can see that the value is $368,750. 73, our equity position that we still left in the bank or in the property is $7,300,750. This is still your money, assuming the values don't drop. If the values drop, sucks for us. If it goes up, great. Fortunately, it was going up. We'll see the examples. So not only did I have $73,000, a little bit over, in equity, I had $105,000 in cash sitting in my bank account. As you can see, our net worth has grown. So what is net worth? Net worth is if you sold your property, if you got rid of it, whatever, you look in your bank account, that's what you have. In December of 2020, you can see that the house got rented. Before that happened, we have to also calculate the 12 months of this new mortgage of what the cost was for the mortgage. So I ended up paying almost $21,000 in mortgage payments. The house also appreciated about 4% in that year. So that's another $11,000 gets added back. So then we can take a look at this net worth number, right? And this is an easy calculation. We're just going to be looking at this number minus this number plus that number. The home gets rented, $2,500. Let's just say that. Your mortgage payment stays the same. And the year to date, 32 months it's been rented. Not only are we getting $24,500 every year, take a look at this. This is what the numbers are looking at. Keeps growing. Looking at today's value, I'm being very conservative with this number. It could probably go for $550. But if it did go for $525, we have additional equity that appreciated. Now, I didn't calculate if we sold a home, this and that. You could probably minus a little bit of coin. Yeah, we can even do that right now. Realtor cost. Right? Now, I realize it's about 5 or 6%, but let's just say that maybe you get a good deal. Maybe you're a realtor. Maybe your spouse is a realtor. So we're going to take a look at this number times 0.3. That's going to be your cost. 3%. 3%. So then we're going to take this. Going to minus from here. You still have over $330,000 left over. Numbers do not lie. People will lie to you. People will come up with all sorts of theories why you should or shouldn't do anything. But the bottom line is, what was it, 4 years, right? If you rented a place for $1,500 and you 1,500 times 36. If you rented a house or whatever at $1,500, in 3 years, you're going to pay $54,000 to the landlord. Would you rather be negative $54,000? Or would you rather have that? What do you think Grant Cardone will tell you? Numbers do not lie, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you found this useful. Please follow for more videos like this. If you have any ideas, please comment. And I'll try to answer your questions. Thank you very much.